hello. And yeah, it's actually freezing outside, and raining as well. So yeah, I sort of had to come to this cafe. Came into Armidale. The bus, there was only one bus this morning. I think I was dropping off school kids actually, because it left pretty early, like 7:30 Armidale. Got here at, it wasn't very far, 20 minutes or so. So what is it? Maybe 8 o'clock. The visitor centre doesn't open till 9:30, so in fact most things won't be open till probably 9, 10 even. But it's just so cold. It's like 8 degrees and raining, possibly one of the coldest days within weeks, and also raining. And Baron decides to come up to Uralla for the day. Well, I was just kind of scheduling things, and could have potentially done this tomorrow. It's going to be cold tomorrow, but it won't be raining, and it's going to warm up a bit next week. Yes, okay, so Uralla, yeah. So yes, it is the only postcode in Australia that is a Fibonacci number, which is why Baron will just be talking mathematics all day. So, oh, come on, guys. Nothing wrong with a bit of mathematics. Yeah, so why is it Fibonacci, of course? Well, you just add the number. You just start at 0, so you go 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, and then you end up with 2, 3, 5, 8. So, yes, so every postcode, every postcode in Australia starts with a 2, I think. Yeah, every postcode starts with a 2. And so you're only going to get one number in the Fibonacci sequence, which of course is going to start with a 2. So. But equally, in fact, maybe even better, 2, 3, 5, 7, or the first 4 prime numbers. Yeah, I mean here is 2, 3, 5, 8, but what about 2, 3, 5, 7? I don't know, that may be some suburb even close to Uralla. That in itself, to me, could actually be a little bit more significant, because prime numbers themselves, in terms of number theory, or mathematics in general, are very significant numbers. So maybe that's better. Maybe just go to that town. And of course also 2718, or the first 4 numbers of the transcendental number E, to time with the Novak COVID joke. So I don't know. maybe Baron should just go there, or maybe Baron should live there. Now, incidentally, yes, did a search for that. I don't know. I don't think there is a postcode in Australia. Did a search, but there's a postcode in the Netherlands. The Netherlands actually has a postcode 2718, and of course Baron going to Amsterdam. Going to Amsterdam, which is what, the capital of Netherlands or Holland. Well, it's certainly a major city. And Baron going there, in fact, going there for a conference, tennis medicine conference next year. So I don't know, could actually go to the city. That could be kind of interesting, and maybe talking tennis, and of course bring up the Novak COVID joke. So yeah. Now I made a couple of posts, or made a recent post about yes, Delta Goodrum and John Foreman. So yes. Delta X is a mathematical used primarily in calculus. Whatever theory. You start with a delta X and you end up with a DX. You go, you have to start somewhere. Oh, that's great, thanks. Just ordered an Anzac cookie and also ordered a peppermint tea. So yes, Delta X, very significant. Of course, Delta X. Well, Christmas with Delta, so yes, that's why you sort of do end up with Delta X, and of course, yes, John Foreman. Well, yeah, that was more cryptic. So you take piano, and then you've got the 3. If you the 3 letters at a piano, A and O, which of course are in John Foreman, and then you're just left with pi. The famous transcendental number 3.14. So, I don't know, is that just kind of, just doing some sort of retrofit just to, well, yeah, I think you have to do stuff like this. I mean, otherwise you're not going to, But, I don't know, I think at the end of the day, I think that counts. Both Delta Goodrum and John Foreman have some level of mathematics out of their name. And of course you can get pi as well, 3.14 out of Tristan Barnett, but that is very cryptic, and I don't know, it could take us several years to actually figure that out. But maybe I should just maybe I'll just give you a solution. So in fact I think I posted on the solution. So yes, tart. If you look at the minuscule ant, yes, you can get tart out of Tristan Barnett, and tart, of course, referring to meaning a pi, and of course pi then backwards is 3.14. Yes, it's kind of trivial when you look at the solutions. So yes, and it sort of holds up then, doesn't it? Then if you look at the flyer of the minuscule ant, Pepentino. That's great, thanks. Yep, thanks. Yes, if you look at the flyer of the minuscule ant, yes, we've got the transcendental number E in the Novak-Koba joke. We've also got the complex number. We've got the complex number or the imaginary number I square root of -1 in tennis sangrum, because yes, you can't get tennis directly out of tennis sangrum because of the Y, but of course I itself is a complex or imaginary number, so you can just replace the Y by the square root of -1, and then how do we then get the other famous transcendental number E? A pi, because of tart out of the poem. So call me Bart, or call me Tart. So that's actually written the word tart, and of course tart meaning a pie. Although yes, AI has picked up on some sort of a slut, as you can see with the out of the poster. But AI did that. Baron did not do that, of course. And yes, so tart pie and pie PIE backwards is actually 3.14. The first three numbers of the transcendental number pi. So yes, we cover E, we cover I, we cover pi, and then of course e to the power of I pi, of course, equals -1. The most famous Euler's identity. So what does that mean? I don't know. Maybe Andy Murray won -1 slams. No. Well, actually, on that particular note, so yeah, everyone talks about yes, Andy Murray. Maybe he was unlucky. Maybe a Daniel Kowalski in swimming. He was against the likes of course Kieran Perkins, and then of course against Grant Hackett. Later, also I guess somewhat Ian Thorpe. I don't know if he competed against Ian Thorpe, but certainly it was against Kieran Perkins, and of course always lost to Kieran Perkins at the Olympics. I think he may have got a bronze medal actually in the Olympics, and then when Perkins retired, and then Grant Hackett. So, and on that note, Andy Murray won a couple of slams. In fact, I remember he beat he beat Djokovic in that final, I think, to win the US. How many slams? I don't know. He won at least 2, but also he won a gold. He won Olympics gold, and Federer never won a gold. No, he won a doubles gold, Federer, but not a singles. And Djokovic, last Olympics, won the gold. Nadal, I have to check. Maybe Nadal got a gold. But anyway, Andy Murray, well, he won some slams. Yes, he wasn't at the level of the trio. I think everyone, appreciates. They had the top 4. I didn't quite make sense, but he won some slams. Now, one of my so David Ferrer, he was consistently ranked 4th. And in fact, he almost consistently was making the quarters, making the semis in these slams, and would just lose to the trio. So, yeah, I don't think Andy Murray. I think Andy Murray was actually very successful because he won slams and then Olympic gold. I think of David Ferrer. I think of David Ferrer was actually unlucky because he always lost to the trio, and he probably even lost to Andy Murray as well. So, yeah, so maybe the trio, it should be maybe a quartet, to be fair, maybe a quartet of the trio plus an Andy Murray, and then of course you're left with a David Ferrer, maybe equivalent to a Daniel Kowalski. I don't know. But anyway, we're digressing. We're digressing away from mathematics, and we should be talking mathematics because we're in Uralla, and of course it is the only postcode in Australia which is a Fibonacci number. And yes, planning to get some merchandise of Uralla that has the postcode. I don't know. Maybe no one's ever really thought about it. Although there is an art space I'm planning on going to, which is some sort of mathematical, I don't know, something. Is there anything else? I don't know. Is there a cafe? I don't know. There should be just a 2358. No, there should just be Fibonacci's cafe. I mean, it's just kind of trivial. This one's called the alternate route. I don't know. Is that kind of, well, I guess roots, of a when you're graphing a function, you need to find the roots where it cuts typically the x-axis. But I don't think they're referring to anything to do with mathematics anyway. I think it's just kind of coincidence. In fact, they're referring more to a tree. I'm just going to pour some tea. Of course, Baron got the Pink Freud. This is kind of not unique. I've actually seen quite a few people with this, particularly around Australia. But in the US, it was kind of interesting because people thought this was pretty good in the US, and got this at the Jewish Museum in Philadelphia. In case you're wondering, Philadelphia, and they also had T-shirts at the same museum, Yosemite. So I thought it was pretty good actually. I didn't get that T-shirt, and of course Yosemite being a national park in the US. In fact, it's just out of San Fran. I think Baron went there. So they're just trying to, they're just trying to make some various comedy out of these particular names. And I think that Pink Freud is quite good, isn't it? Because of the triangle and so on, and Pink Freud, of course. And so but it's not particularly original. I've seen it quite a lot in around Australia. Bit of a sip. That was a Freudian sip. Yeah. Where does that come from? Yeah, there's actually a cafe in Leura, the Leura Blue Mountains. Really great cafe, and it's called Freudian Sip. That pun was attended, by the way. So yes, if you're visiting the Blue Mountains, go to Leura and go to the Freudian Sip Cafe because Baron recommends it. Is it in the Lunar Planet Guide? I don't know. It probably is. But it's not. Yeah, it's probably the best cafe in Leura now. Okay, so I've kind of digressed a little bit here. But yes, I think it's going to be day mathematics. And yes, there should be a cafe in Uralla called Fibonacci's Cafe. And maybe just has various, I don't know, mathematical, whatever. Maybe they know that COVID joke. Maybe I'll give them. I've got a copy of the flyer. Maybe I'll give them the flyer. I think I could put it up anyway on the door, but I'll ask them. But I don't know. I think you have to. It's kind of. I could just put it up, but I'll ask them. Yes, plan to go to Byron Bay. Just going to grab an Anzac cookie because Ash Barty is our little Anzac. Oh come on, she is the. And of course, on that note of the Ash Barty, of course you can get algebraic. I mean, how many names could you actually get the word algebraic when you think about it? It's also the longest word out of Ashley Barty, and that's why it's like Ash Barty. Well, that's got an ashtray. In fact, it's pretty much every letter if you drop the B. But then you go to Ashley, and then you get algebraic. So yeah, I think we should just transition this well, her name is actually Ashley Barty anyway. Also on her wall, Facebook wall, it does say Ashley Barty. Who incidentally won every slam, which most people didn't realise, because the first slam, yes, was the US, then she won the French, and then Wimbledon, and then finished off with the AO, Australian Open, I think 22. And incidentally, Ash Barty is also 28. She's 28 this year, perfect number, because the sum of the multiples, the sum of the multiples of 28 equal 28. So you get, of course, 7-4 plus 2 and 14, and you also add 1 as well. It's just a property of perfect numbers equals 28. And of course, the other number being 6, 3 plus 2 plus 1 equals 6. And incidentally, the Fibonacci number in your ALA 2358, well, 2 times 3 gives you 6. You also got 28 in the postcode, and of course also 3 plus 5 does give 8 as well. Interesting stuff, isn't it? With Ash Barty, of course, being 28, and of course Baron read out the minuscule ant, Anzac Day, 24th, yes, 24th, and of course birds appeared. Birds appeared. You can go to the YouTube. It's on the Strategic Games site. Just go to the Baron Breaks. There's 2 bids and 1 on Anzac Day, but it wasn't actually. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was Anzac Day. Or was it Eve? But incidentally, it's the Eve. Well, there's 2 arguments here. You could say that the eve of Anzac Day is 24, and 24 plus the Barty 4 slams gives you 28. And of course, Ash Barty being 28, perfect number. And then of course, Baby Barty, born the 4th of July, because Ash Barty won 4 slams. Well, you could argue, well, why not the 3rd? If you were to argue that, well, why not the 3rd of July? Because she got 3 singles, but it wasn't the 3rd of July. It was the 4th of July, and also the 3rd of July would have been exactly 1 week after Baron's birthday. And I was kind of wondering that, why wasn't it then the 3rd of July? Well, why wasn't, I guess, Baby Barty just born on the 26th of June outright? I don't know. I guess it's just the fact that it had to be the 4th. It had to be the 4th because of the minuscule ant. When I read out minuscule ant was Anzac Day or eve of Anzac Day, and then 24 plus 4 gives it 28. There was some argument surrounding that, and also made a recent post, of course, of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, yes, he died on Baron's birthday, but Baron's birthday 26th of June, but of course 25th in the US, and of course 25th is exactly 6 months out from Christmas Day, of course being the 25th of December. So yeah, that in itself is kind of a little bit maybe just a little bit too creepy in itself. Yes, and of course the whole Casper thing you can look at. Just recently appeared on the full moon, and of course Casper Ruud, tennis player as well, and of course Baron born on the 26th of June, and of course on the 26th of the 6th, 2006. Wimbledon actually commenced on the 26th, being Baron's birthday, and Baron born 1977, exactly 100 years after the start of Wimbledon, 1877. And of course 26th of 6, 2006, well, you can get a triple bagel out of that, 6 love. And Baron did go to the tennis, went to the tennis in 2006, and just happened to be dating someone called Renat, and of course Saint Renat, anagram of Tristan, in case you want to know that. And cheers to a Freudian sip. Yeah. So, where are we? Okay, we've got 18 minutes, so maybe I'll just leave it there. Weather, yeah, it's sort of stopped raining, but it's just pretty cold. And I've got to finish my peppermint tea and Anzac cook. Okay. I think we'll leave it there. And that was the Baron Breaks.